Welcome back to Point Blank. I am Nikki.
And I am Lauren.
And we are two best friends in our 30s trying to figure out life. And we're trying to find our crew. And I know in our last episode, we kind of ended talking about making friends as adults and anxiety and how that can play into it. And so in this ep today, we're going to go ahead and dive into that a little bit deeper and just like chat about things we've tried, things we felt when we tried to go out of our comfort zone, like things we know we should be doing that we're not, and just some other kind of things on our mind. As usual, this is not scripted and just kind of us, talking about it, hashing out. And I think we wanted to start with just this overall kind of sentiment of loneliness and how we're all really feeling it. And I think it's been kind of more in our faces too with social media because we see, these people living lives or going out in groups and we're like, why don't we have that? And then the whole COVID thing, obviously took people in different directions for a variety of reasons. And so I also think it's I think it's kind of, and Lauren, maybe you can chime in on this too, but it's I feel like people, when you say loneliness, they think you're depressed and you don't care. And it's you're not trying to actively do anything to fix it. You're just trying to be a victim of it. And I feel like the loneliness actually kind of comes from when you do try to do things and it just doesn't work.
Right. And I feel like you kind of just feel depleted after, you know what I mean? It's you try and it's not always going to work the first time. And I feel like, for example, I think we can both touch on this, is the anxiety plays a huge role, right? It's I feel like it just hinders you from so many things, especially going out and meeting new friends or on socials trying to find that one club or group of people you might fit in with or whatever. And Nikki, I think you can touch on that, right?
Yeah, I have been trying, I would say over the last maybe year and a half, to really kind of put myself out there in a lot of different ways that I really wouldn't normally. And so I attended a few of those social group, girl group type things. There was a dog mom group thing I went to, and then actually that was actually very good for me. I did end up meeting actually one person, and at the end of the day too, if you can meet one person in a big event like that, it's a win. Totally. You don't have to go in there and try to make 5, 6, 8 new friends. I found one person and we just instantly clicked, and after that I don't even think I went to another dog mom group. I was just hanging out with her and her group and meeting people through that group and going to KBBQ, and we went to San Diego for her birthday and stayed down there for a weekend, and we did a bunch of fun stuff, and I met people through her. But I will say it's honestly kind of overwhelming. And here's the other thing too that is just so kind of annoying about it, is a lot of these groups are charging. So a lot of the groups will literally be oh, we're having this huge event and you're gonna have to pay $75 to be a part of it, when they're buying Dollar Tree cups. You know what I mean? It's I understand at a certain point you might have to charge for something just because you're putting so much time and effort into it, and it's you want to either break even or maybe put a little money in your pocket for all the time and money or time and energy you're spending. So I can understand it, but I have heard a lot of stories about leaders of these kind of groups specifically. I mean, we're speaking to Southern California, so I'm in Orange County, but these groups just charging you up the yang for literally Dollar Tree charcuterie. It's crazy. You know what I mean? It's it's kind of weird. And I feel and at the also another thing that was coming from that was very weird mean girl high school energy. Clicky, even though it's oh, this is a safe space for everybody to come. Here's the thing. If you come your true, if you're coming as your true self, half those people would probably just write me off.
Oh, for sure. But it's funny that you mentioned, so I want to go back a little bit. And how you seriously said, let's just work on meeting one person, right? I feel like that's huge because you said, it's a domino effect after that, right? You meet that one friend and then you're okay, cool. If her clique or group of friends is her, then I'd probably mesh with them, right? So that's what's so big, right? Instead of looking at the huge picture of oh, I have to meet so many friends, or I need to, you know what I mean? And vibe with so many people. But it's truly, if you just meet that one person that you can connect with and vibe with, it's okay, cool. Then her people I'd probably get along with, you know what I mean? And then it just
Totally.
Goes from there, which I think is super cool.
Totally.
To not feel overwhelmed, right? To feel oh, I need to hit a certain number or whatever. Like you said, if you can meet one person, I feel like that's like perfect.
Yeah, 100%. And I feel like it goes honestly anything, right? Like if you take the one step or you focus on the one thing, like
Right.
if you want to get better at something, you pick one thing of that bigger picture to take day
Exactly.
after day. And so it's the same concept of like, I'm going to this event. There were 70 people there, right? It's like there's dogs everywhere. It's like it's very overwhelming, but if you can kind of just put in your brain like, okay, I'm going to say hi. Maybe you say hi to 6 people, but you really try to have a conversation with just one. You just got to talk to one.
Right.
And here's the thing too, like I mean, depending on how old you are, but in your 20s, 30s, 40s, like you know if you're gonna like hit it off with somebody pretty much right away or not. Like
right when
there's
you start.
like it's like there's no question. It's like you know probably before your mouth even opens and words come out, like you are not for me. Like 100%, I can like smell you from a mile away, and it's just not gonna work.
Right.
But there are times when you're like, oh, like I know we're gonna vibe. Like
Right.
I just know we're gonna vibe. So try to like scope that out for yourself and find the one person and like just focus on one and not the big group, because I think for people with anxiety or just like normal anxiety about going to a new function like that is like,
Right.
yeah, give yourself a goal like that to meet one
Yeah.
and have some fun.
Well, you know what's so funny? I want to touch back on our episode from last time, and we were talking about, you know, just going out of your way to say hi to somebody, right? So over the weekend, I went grocery shopping by myself, and I'm like out and about, and not one person made eye contact. They
Oh, so
literally were on their phone or just would look the other way. Literally, I'm not even joking. It was probably 9 out of 10, and the last person said good morning to me. I was like, wow, that's
Insane.
so insane to me.
Meanwhile, you're like staring them down, smiling ear to ear, like trying to get them
No,
to
I
say hi to you.
was. That was like seriously my biggest thing. I was like, you know what? Today I'm going to make it a good day. I'm going to go out of my way to say hi to every single person I go by. And I'm like, wait a minute. Like, not one person even looked at me. And I'm like, that is so crazy. And you know damn well, like, you see somebody coming up to you. Like, is it like that's just our society? It's honestly so ridiculous that they're either looking down at their phone or like pretending, you know, they don't want to like have that interaction today. And I really don't understand it. Like they all looked so miserable, like RBF, resting bitch face. Like seriously, it was just so ridiculous. I'm like, so much for trying.
Like,
and again, it was the
people.
one person. No, seriously, the one person said good morning. And I'm like, wow, like just that one person.
It's truly insane.
No,
It's
it really
truly
is.
insane. And it's just like we have come so far away from just human interaction. And I'm literally not even talking about deep conversations or any type. It's literally just acknowledging that there's like another human being within an arm's length.
The acknowledgement is what kills me, that like we lack so much of it. And I feel like, again, we can always step back to this, but like COVID literally ruined everything.
COVID was a piece of shit.
I'm not, when it came to like learning how to interact, like I feel like it's killed everybody like in the 20s, like, or even teens, right? Like it's so difficult just to even just eye contact, like when you're speaking to somebody. Like I'm still working on that with my daughter. It's honestly insane. Like my older one, like she just lacks the eye contact, and it drives me insane because I just find that so rude. You know what I mean?
100%. Yeah. And here's the thing. I'm going to give the children a little bit of grace on that one because they're developing, their brains are mush. They went through a few years of just, you know, people in masks or like people being afraid of being around people. And it's like, I'm going to give them the benefit. When we went into COVID, mid-20s, early 20s, you're an adult. You should know how to have a conversation. You know basic etiquette. You know you need to say hi to people. You know you need to like acknowledge human beings. So it's like knock it off with the older and you older folk. That's really the ones too. They really just be like shuffling around, just like oblivious to anything around them. And it's like sometimes I literally, and this is me probably just being petty, but I'll literally like kind of walk in front of one of them when I know they're like purposely trying to ignore me, like, hey, good morning. They probably hate me, and I have to be in a very specific mood in order to do that.
Yeah, exactly. You gotta be a little
because sometimes I'm really not like that either. But I'm like, no, you're gonna say hi to me.
Yeah.
Like no, you're gonna actually
it's gonna happen.
Yeah. I don't know. It's like, you know what? It's so crazy. I took Gracie, my dog, out for a long walk this morning, and so we're doing our walk, and everyone's kind of there's a lot of people out with their dogs or whatever. And I'm walking around and I notice, and maybe this is just like like a dog thing, but I was getting a lot of hellos and good mornings. Maybe because we have to make sure our dogs don't run into each other. You know what I mean? But I was getting a lot of hellos. There were a couple like older ladies who literally saw me and her walking towards them and like literally jumped through the bushes. They like walked off the beaten path to like go around us, like she was gonna like attack them or something. It's like, yeah, this golden doodle's gonna hurt you. But anyway, like, so I was getting a lot of hellos, and I was listening to a podcast actually this morning from a neuroscientist about kind of like your brain is constantly like rewiring and stuff. And I'm gonna mess this study up, okay? Because I didn't, whatever. It's like the first time I listened to it. But something that kind of made me like start to think was there was, I guess, this study that they did on these nuns, okay, sisters, sister. So these nuns who are like older, who all live in the convent together. That's what it's called, I'm pretty sure. And they were like older nuns who offered like when they passed to have their brains like studied for science. And so when they passed away, they looked at it and they found that like these certain, what was it, the hippocampus or one of those areas in the brain was like way bigger because they were around people, because they took like a study from like a retired group of people who like kind of had the same routine, who like went home, watched Jerry Springer, had the same TV dinner, like, and didn't really interact with a lot of people. And they like put these two studies together, and like the nuns had like far bigger, like this certain part of their brain. And so like the TLDR and the takeaway from all of that was like, just like even if you have the same routine, but just interacting with people is like that X factor that's going to help grow your brain, keep it healthy. And it was like some percentage like decrease of like Alzheimer risks and things like that. And I was like, that's like actually so crazy, because like
it makes sense. It really does,
yeah, it was like I was listening to, I wish I like remember verbatim now, but it was like I remember just like, wow, like, because you think of a nun, it's like, okay, they wake up at the same time, probably, they pray, they eat the same thing, they're with the same people. It's like how there's no like exciting like anything about that. It's very routine, but just the X factor of them like being in a group of people and interacting with people and just having people being people was enough to like continually change their brain and keep them at a lower degree of like getting a disease like that.
No, and you think about it too, like even just elderly people in general, right? Like when they're in a home, like you can see like when they don't have that interaction where their brain is constantly having to do work, like it's just so crazy. Like you can easily see, like when you go visit, for example, you can totally see just how far they've gone downhill. Yeah. And it's just because of that human interaction, you know what I mean? Just like the common day-to-day conversations and, you know what I mean? Just stuff like that.
Yeah. So I think of things like that, like studies like that. I'm very science nerdy kind of gal. Loved science. I have a bachelor's in science. I love math. I'm more of like that kind of a mind. And so like hearing that for me is like so interesting. And then also it's like something, my grandparents were married for almost 60 years before my grandpa passed away. But I remember everyone asked them like, what's the key? Everybody wants to know how do you do it? Whatever. And their advice is always like, have your own group of friends. You have to have your own group of friends because you need to go do what you like to do with your friends. They need to go do what they like to do with their friends. And then you come back and you share things together. You share stories. It's like, that was like their one piece of advice. And so when I think about making friends as an adult, I think about that a lot too, because it's like, okay, like as uncomfy as it is to like go to these events or like literally DM a stranger on Instagram or whatever, like put yourself out there. It's like so important for like the longevity of your life and your happiness. And it comes down to not only just your health and like your brain health, but relationships like with your actual partner, if it does help you, because you get out of each other's hair and you have different, and you can like explore those like hobbies and things with your friends and come back and share. And so I think like if we kind of can take ourselves out of the I'm scared right now to do this and I don't really feel like doing it into like those ideas too, like it's bigger than the like moment that you're like debating if you want to get off the couch and go or not,
right?
So I think that's something we can think about like as we push ourselves to maybe attend more of these things or reach out to people or what have you. But I will say the anxiety brings a lot of other things. Like, I think we can talk about maybe judgments from people.
Yeah.
I think
sure.
like, especially in the climate in which we're in now with politics and just the state of the world. And it's like, not only are you anxious about showing up, like, cause it's uncomfy, but it's like, people are weird.
Yeah.
People are real strange,
Yeah.
and you absolutely never know. Like,
Mm-mm.
not that, like, but gotta keep your head on a swivel. Like, you could be in a group event where something pops off, and it's just like, it's scary for a lot of different ways rather than just being uncomfortable to have to talk to people. But people are super weird, and I don't think that's talked about enough. And I'm just gonna be honest about it. Like, people are weird.
Well, again, like if you don't have anxiety, I feel like it's kind of hard to like relate, but like for example, myself, like my mind just goes crazy and thinks of like the negatives that could happen or like, you know what I mean? Like I don't know, my brain just always goes like towards that. And again, like it's hard to understand, right? For example, like Nikki's had anxiety for the longest time, right? And I could never understand like where she was coming from until I finally got it after my son was born. And like I literally thought I was gonna die. I called like Nikki and I was telling her my symptoms. She's like, girl, like that's anxiety. Like that's what I've been going through. And I'm like, you have got me effed up. Like I
Yeah.
don't want to be like that. You know what I mean? Like, and
Yeah.
I feel like it's such a statistic now that it's like almost everyone like has some kind of form. But like
Please.
after my son, it was just like, wow, this is like really scary. And like all the symptoms I was telling Nikki, she's like, girl, like that's what I've been dealing with this whole time. And it's mind blowing that some people get it at certain times. And like Nikki's gone through so much again. She'll touch on that later on, but just to see like how far she's come and like just to see like how sometimes you could just be totally like normal for like months on end, right? And then boom, it comes out of nowhere. And I think that's like the scariest part of it. And like I feel like for myself, like I just think perfect example, I mainly get it like when I'm about to start my period, right? Like that's when it comes in hot. Like just those bad, like I don't know, just the horrible thoughts and everything like that. And again, like this world's a crazy place, right? Like and every time you turn on the news, which I don't watch the news for that prime example, there's like nothing but horrible things going on in this world right now, and just people just don't have their head on straight anymore. And I think that's
Really
just what
don't.
is the craziest part. Like you could just be going to the grocery store and there's some maniac in the parking lot. And I think it's
100%.
so hard. I don't know, people's mental health these days are just out of this world. And I think that's like something that we really should focus on is like, and again, a lot of it's like what's in our food is a prime example. And like what's in all these like crazy vaccines and all these crazy things that are going around. You know what I mean? There's just so much craziness and
Yeah.
I don't know. This world, it's just not the same anymore, right? Like back in the day, like, I don't know, you could just meet friends like anywhere you go, right? And like now I feel like it's just so difficult, especially with like anxiety being a huge factor of things. It's like it's so hard to get out of your shell and out of your comfort zone knowing those thoughts are in your head. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's why for me I feel like it's so hard to meet friends and then like I don't know, I just laugh about it cuz like now the only friends we have are like through like sports, you know what I mean? Like through my kids' sports. Like I feel like those people and parents are automatically just kind of like given to you, and it's like you said, like you're not going to mesh with everyone, right? But you just hope for the best because you're with those people all the time, like with practices and games. And then like my friends are my husband's friends and vice versa, right? Since we're both there. So again, it's not like the same day and age anymore. And that's like such a bummer, because again, like for example, I can't even go to the store with people saying hi. Like,
Yeah.
so like to think that like I can't even get a common courtesy of like a hello, kind of like, well, how am I supposed to meet friends when like people are like this?
Yeah, 100%. And I'm going to go back to your point about like you having kind of that insight of when your anxiety gets bad still is like around your cycle. And something that like you could and it's good to know these things because maybe you don't try to go to that book club event or you don't try to go to
Right.
that dog event like when you're on your cycle. Like you just know
Mhm.
it's going to be more difficult. And
Right.
so you do need to kind of like be self-aware and set yourself up for success and take away as much as that anxiety as you can. But the other thing too is like, and I'm going to be so honest when I say this and I might hurt some feelings, but like not everyone has like an anxiety disorder.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel over the last, gosh, maybe even like 5, 10 years, like the word anxiety and people are like, oh, I have anxiety. Do you really, or are you just uncomfortable?
Yeah, because there's a
Like
difference.
there's a huge difference. Like, oh, I have anxiety. I can't. No, I actually think you're just like don't want to do it, or you're just like uncomfy, or you're a little sweaty and you're like scared. I mean, you're gonna be scared for things. I'm talking like, and I'll touch on it more maybe in a future episode when we dig really into mental health stuff. But like, I couldn't leave my home for 3 years. Like, I literally couldn't leave my house. So like I'm sorry if you're like, oh, I have anxiety, but you're like on a plane to Bora Bora at the mall with the girls. Like I'm like I feel as though you're just like uncomfortable, and I don't want to like take away anyone's like, maybe I do want to take it away because I'm kind of over it. I'm kind of over these people just like using these words because they're like buzzer words at this point.
Right.
And it's like there are some real serious people who have real serious problems, and it's like taking away from, I feel like, actual problems of anxiety and how debilitating it can truly be. I remember in college, I had a teammate who literally had such bad anxiety. She couldn't even talk in front of the team. Like a whole group of people she spent every minute with couldn't even talk in front of the team, like crying, running to the restroom, like so scared. I remember thinking, like, what the frickin' hell, dude? Like, get it together. Like, you changed with us in the locker. Like, this is not a big deal.
Right.
And I remember doing all that, and then I got hit with what I got hit with for so long, and I'm like, damn. I'm like, damn, that's so crazy. Because there are levels to it. I think the more self-aware you can be about it, the more you can kind of integrate these events and these ideas and like putting yourself in a better position to succeed. Because I do think the opposite is true. If you try to tackle these things when you're not 100% or like something is flaring up for you or coming up for you, like
Right.
you're going to try it. It's going to either make those things worse or you're going to fail at what you were trying to do. And then you're like, get in that spiral of like, this isn't going to work. It's never going to work. This is stupid. Like you just continue down that road. And so you do have to set yourself up for success. That's why we said like baby steps, like one person. It's like taking little bites off of it.
Yeah, for sure. And like same thing like with my brother. I was like, what the hell is wrong with him? You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
there's so much judgment on other people if you have not been through it. Cause I'm just like it's all in your head. You know what I mean? Like that's what I used to always just tell him. It's always like it's just in your head. Like get over it. Like change your mindset, right? Like it's so easy to give like to give those like little jabs when you've never been through it, you know what I mean? And then like
100%.
you said, like once it hits you, you're just like, holy shit, like now I get it, like now I get what he's been going through, like this is crazy. That's why again, like grace I feel like is like a huge word that we just like need to stick with, you know what I mean? It's like it doesn't hurt to give someone grace and just knowing that they're going through a rough time. And again, it comes in waves, right? Like I've been Gucci for a little while now, but I know damn well like it's gonna hit me soon because that's just how it works.
Yeah.
And it is what it is. You know what I mean? Like Nikki said, like you know it's coming, so just like prepare for it a little differently. You know, like maybe don't go to those events or maybe don't plan something around that time because you know it's gonna hit you.
100%. And also like make the event an exciting thing for yourself. Like
Right.
don't sign up for, oh my God, I don't know.
Like some
sort of
random
fitness
thing. Yeah.
Yeah, like if you love basketball or something, like go try to find things with basketball. Or
Right.
like I wouldn't sign up for like, I don't even know, like ribbon twirling like class or something. You know, it's like I'm not gonna waste my time. Or like just
Right.
because something's like hot and trendy, like hot yoga, hot Pilates. It's so trendy right now, and there's so many things popping off. I could go take part of that. My ass would be grass if I tried to go in there. I would have a panic attack.
Yeah,
I
same.
cannot stand the heat. I would suffocate. I would die. I would cry. I'd freak out. Like, and I know that about myself. So just because it's trendy and all the girls are doing it, it's like, oh, I need to do. You don't have to do that. Like, literally find something that's actually exciting for you to want to do, because that makes
Right.
a world of a difference too. You know, like you can't be like already like scared and nervous and then picking something that like you really don't care about but you just think you need to do because like you just have to do it. It's like it's not really the case. It's not there's no rules here.
Right. And
There
again,
are
it's the
no
baby
rules.
steps, right? Like I feel like once you go do something that you're really into, like for example, like I feel like I would kill it by going to a softball game like at a stadium. Like I feel like I'd be fine, you know, because that's something I enjoy. But like again, like starting with those things and like just reminding your brain like I'm fine, like I'm okay, I can do these things, and like starting with those and then like maybe slowly getting into maybe something different that you think you could maybe touch on. But again, like there's no need to go like full blast. And I feel like that's what so
100%.
many people think you need to do. But it's like Nikki said, like just start with something that you like. Like, you know what I mean? Like softball, or for us, like we love softball, just things like that. You know what I mean? That we could totally just vibe on. And like your brain probably wouldn't even go that direction.
Yeah. And the other thing too, like what got me to be able to get back into a place of leaving the house and like I cannot stress enough the importance of baby steps. So like
Mhm.
even the mindset shift of like, okay, I'm gonna go to this event and blah blah blah. Literally sign up as long as it's like a free event. Sign up for the event. Like that could literally be the baby step. Like
Mhm.
if you are so severely ridden with anxiety and scared about it, just sign up for the event. You don't even need to go. Would it be kind of lame to like back out last minute, whatever? Yeah. But you know what? You got to be a little selfish sometimes and push yourself. And if that is pushing yourself, so be it. Just sign up for the event. Then maybe the next time you sign up and you're like, actually, I'm going to go, and you drive there. And then you get there and you're like, oh, I don't know, man. I don't know. I have a weird feeling. Okay, you know what? I'm going to take it as a win because I drove here. Then the next time you're like, okay, I'm gonna go and like I'm gonna have like one hello and like make a thing, like make a plan for yourself and just chip away at it and then go. But that's like very serious anxiety. If you're just like nervous and scared, like just go, just go, just go
Well,
and
like,
have the
remember
goal of
when we
saying
used
hi.
to like remember the same thing. Remember you'd like call me and be like, I'm so mad at myself I didn't go, and I'm like,
Yeah,
bitch, you just drove there. Like,
yeah,
can
so
we talk
true,
about that? Like,
so
you
true.
literally just drove there. Like, and those are the little things, right? Like, those are the little things to celebrate. Like, it may not be a big deal, but like, you seriously just drove there. Like, that's freaking huge,
Yeah, so
you
true. And
know?
the other
And
thing too is
celebrate
like,
the little wins.
yeah, when you're trying to make friends and you do have some anxiety, like legit hard anxiety, like because there was a point for me, it was like, okay, I'm ready to take this on and I'm ready because I know my social life, I need it and it's
Mm-hmm.
something I'm missing, and I worked with my therapist about like coming up with plans, but like the other thought you have too is like, how am I gonna make friends? Because I don't really want to lead with, well, yeah, I have a horrible anxiety. And I actually can't do this, and this yet, but I'd love to hang out.
Right.
It's like, okay, so what are we gonna do? Like, sit on the driveway and like,
Yeah.
yeah, and like maybe friends that you've had would do that with you, but not like new friends. You know what I mean? I even still to this day with the friend I met from the dog group, she'll send me things of things she wants to do, like in LA at like a club or like something else, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
I'm not there yet. You
Right.
know what I mean? It's like sounds fun. Oh, well, does it sound fun? I don't actually know. I'm not
Yeah.
really the club type. It's probably I'd rather do other things. But like once in a while, that might sound fun. But I'm like not in a place to like try that yet. And like my big thing was going to San Diego with her. We went out to some bars and like I was kind of in the middle of the dance floor, surrounded by all these people, and I could kind of feel it coming on. But I just literally looked around. I was like, I could just walk over there to the other side and just hang by the wall if I really need to. And like I
Mhm.
had a plan, but I still pushed myself to do it. So I think like a big part of it too is like, okay, so I make a friend. It's like I'm a loser. I'm a lame friend. I can't really do it. I can't go to this concert. I can't go to this, baseball game or whatever. It's like you got to kind of shut that out too. And then when opportunities come up or ideas come up for things to do, like say
Mhm.
things that you are comfortable with doing. And if it ends up being something that you're not, just be like, hey, you know what? I just don't think I could do that right now or whatever. Like it doesn't matter. And the closer you get with people, the more open you can be about it.
Right.
But I think a big part of that too is just being afraid of like, well, what if I can't do this and they want to do it? Or like and then no one's gonna want to hang around me, and now you know how that goes.
That's a
So you just it's a downward spiral.
yeah, it
So
really
you
is.
just gotta stand up for you and like challenge yourself enough to challenge yourself, but don't like challenge yourself so much that you're gonna go backwards.
Right.
You know?
And I think that's what's so key, right? Like, don't go too crazy because then you're going to go backwards. It's like
Yeah.
just keep working on the small little things, like chipping away at certain things. And like, you'll just realize, like, oh my gosh, remember when I couldn't do that? And like, now I can do this, this, and this. Like,
I
it's
literally
crazy.
I literally went on the freeway for one exit for the first time at the end of 2024, like the very
Mhm.
last month. So I've literally just been on freeways for a year basically at this point. Like that's how long it took me to get on the freeway. And now I'm like going to LA, going to San Diego, going to
Yeah, now it's
Inland
like no
Empire.
big
It's like
deal.
don't care. Like I'm ready to go like to Santa Barbara and have a trip or something. Like
Yeah.
it's like, but had I pushed myself too far too soon, who knows what would have happened,
No, exactly.
you know? And so you gotta just, put yourself out there. It's already hard enough. Like we're talking about, like doing all this stuff is so hard. And then it's like, again,
Mhm.
the weirdo thing, hate to talk about it, but like people are so freaking weird. And not like girls, like women. What are we doing? Like we're so confused out there. Like I literally could have a whole few episodes on just why women need to like get it the hell together. We've got to stop being so like emotional, and we've got to stop being so like fired up
Judgmental.
emotionally and judgmental. Like we've got to stop. And you know, it's tough too because I don't think it's like a secret. So Laura and I obviously lean a little bit more conservative probably than the left, but it's like, you know, we can have dialogue and we can be open minded to an extent, I would say.
Yeah.
But you know, it's like we go to these things, and a lot of the times these events are people really opposite of us. At least that's my experience, and it's like trying to find that balance of like how much do I share, like how, you know what I mean? It's like a weird, and then it's like there's kind of this feeling if they found out that I was that way that I'd be like instantly X'd off the list, which is so crazy, which
Well,
is
that's
its
what's funny
own
to me,
problem.
right? It's like that's why you don't lead with it, right? Like you actually get to know the person, and then it's like, okay, cool, maybe we just don't touch on this topic or whatever it may be, right? It's like
Totally.
to me, I feel like that's pretty easy to maintain, but again, not everyone thinks like that.
Yeah.
And again, like I have so many people that I conversate with and can have a conversation, and it's like no big deal, and we're clearly don't have the same beliefs, and I'm totally cool with that. But again, as long as you give me the respect, I give the respect, and like that's where we meet. We don't have to have the same beliefs on stuff. Like, can you imagine how draining that would be to constantly just have like a checklist and like, okay, if you don't believe this, this, and this, and like we can't talk, we can't be friends, like you're X off my list. Like, that's honestly so mentally draining. I can't even imagine. And I feel like so many people are so quick to do that because they're so scared of like the judgment or whatever it may be, right? Like, oh, I can't be friends with them because they're conservative. It's like, who the hell cares? Like, that's totally fine. You may be, I mean, again, like, we're not extremely, you know what I mean? But, like, obviously we follow, like, the same beliefs and believe for the most part, like, the same things, you know? So it's like, again, but I'm not the first person to be like, oh, you must be this, this, and this, or, you know what I mean? Like, that's just not who I am. So for people to say that, it's, I don't know, it's just so sad, this world that we're in nowadays. You know what I mean? It's like so many people feel like you have to be this way or another for it to work, you know? So it's just kind of one of those things that, I don't know, it's just so unfortunate, you know? It's really, it's just a mind game now.
Yeah.
You
And I
know?
will say, like, the friend that I met through the dog group, who we hang out, we text, we go work out together, like, we're friends. We do not agree on everything like that. Like, we don't. And it's
And that's
like,
what's so cool, right? Like you're
Yeah.
able to still maintain a friendship with people that don't think the same. And like, that's totally
100%.
cool. You know what I
and
mean?
it's because there's that underlying respect for us as people. Like, I respect her as a person enough
Right.
to be like, okay, I could see how maybe you think that. I disagree with you, but you know, cool, whatever. It's like, cool. I think obviously the issues come if you have like one extreme and one extreme. It's like you're never gonna get anywhere. But most people are not on that like that serious like end to end. And I think like because of social media and because of the news and because of the climate, it's like
Right.
everyone is believing you're one extreme or the other when in reality, I mean, I don't know these numbers for sure. Okay, I'm pulling out my ass, but it's like it feels like it's like 70% of people are actually more just like kind of in the middle and like might differ on like one or two things.
Right.
It's like I don't
Well, that's
know.
like the
It's
boundary, right? Like just don't talk about those things. You know what I mean?
yeah, totally. I think there is
The
like
respect.
I think there is a level of I don't know if the level of friendship or like the depth of connection you can have with someone if you do like totally disagree on like kind of like big
Right.
things. Like I don't know, like you could have surface level friends who you have a really good time with and it's like these are like your party friends or these are your like I'm going to the gym with friends or whatever and it's like you never really get too deep, but if you're looking for like very serious like deep connections that you can like pour your soul into and like have each other's backs like that, I do think there is a degree of like you kind of have to agree on the same things. Otherwise,
Right.
it's like what are we gonna like? I have this big issue. I'm struggling with this, and then you're gonna tell me something completely opposite of what I believe or feel about it. It's like it's not really helpful.
Right.
So I think like I think you just kind of have to know like you know the level in which that friendship might be, and not every friendship has to be like deep connection. Like you could literally just have friends that are like, hey, you want to go do this, and they're like, yeah, I'll go. Like let's go, and it's just like fun. And like
I feel like
that's
that's what all
okay.
my friends are, honestly. Or like I don't even know if I'd call them friends, but like you know what I mean? Just all your acquaintances, I feel like. It's like there's a lot of them that can just be surface level. Like you don't need to tell them every nick and cranny of yourself, right? Like and again, if you do that, that's probably not the good thing. That's probably not a good thing. You want to have like, you know, those couple like really close true friends that you can like lean on that with, you know what I mean? But again, not every friendship you have has to go really that far or deep, right? Like you said, like maybe just some girlfriends that you go to the gym with, or maybe some friends you meet up at the dog park with, but like
Mm-hmm.
you don't go that far down, you know what I mean? You just like kind of keep things surface level and just have fun with it. Like not everything needs to be so, you know
Deep.
what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah. And I
Like,
think,
it's
and like,
really not that.
through you putting yourself out there and doing events that you like and running into people, you go to the same
Right.
coffee shop, you run in the same person, the dog park, the gym, whatever it is for you, like you're gonna find these people that are your kind of, I don't want to say surface level friends. I mean, there's different
Hmm.
levels and depths to
Right.
every friendship, but like you are gonna meet those deeper ones too. So it's not like we're saying like, like just go out and just have acquaintances, because I do believe, and especially as I'm older, I'd rather have 5 people who like have my back versus 20
Hmm.
people who like would go get a beer with me if I asked, and that's like it. So it's like I understand that want, but like those friends will come as long as you continue to put yourself out there to find them, and you just understand going into it that it's not always going to result in some deep
Exactly.
connection. It's like I think that is for us one of the biggest things is that we have been so kind of force fed this like outcome life where it's like if you're not getting this, you're doing something wrong. And if you're
Hmm.
not actually like hitting these goals, like when we've lost kind of that love of the journey and the
Right.
process and like growing as a human being and like evolving and putting ourselves out, like that's also a goal. That's
Hmm.
also kind of an outcome. So it's like we have to kind of get out of our own way of like, well, it didn't work, I didn't find anybody, it sucks, like it's like okay, like but like let's shift and be like, but you know what, like I would have never done that a year ago. Or actually I did
Right.
meet this one girl who has a dog who like our dogs love each other, and it's kind of nice to know like I can go and
Hmm.
like interact with someone. So it's like there's different levels to it, and there's not
For
one
sure.
size fits all. And I think like another thing about the friendships kind of in adulthood and stuff is really understanding that you are 50-50 in it. It's not always about you. Like I
Right.
know we've touched about this like in our friendship like in the last couple episodes, but it's like we are in such different life phases. You're a wife, mom of 4. I'm a dog mom and I live with my parents. It's like we are in completely different phases of our life. And so like there's that grace we had talked about before, but just also understanding like I have to show up maybe in different ways. For example, going to your kids' games because I
Hmm.
know I can hang out with you. I can spend time with you, and I can also kind of be a part of that. Like it's fun to be. I
Right.
mean, I've known you since high school and it's like, "Oh my god, like dude, I remember when we were running around like getting cussed at, and now you have like kids out here running around getting cussed at or what." It's like I love this. Like I love being a part of that. I'm like
Yeah.
this is so cool. And that's like a really cool thing. And so it's like we have to understand that, we have to do things maybe that we don't want to do. Shocking, I
I
know,
know.
right? Or we don't initially think it sounds fun,
Right.
but like then you do it and you're like, wait, actually, like I love this. This is
Yeah, that
great
was
for
really
our
cool.
friendship. Like it is really cool and I'm so
Right.
into it. And whatever that is for you, it's like
Hmm.
you have to know that. And then you also have to like when you do have those deeper connections with friends, especially into our adult lives, like understanding when they do come to you what they need from you
Yeah.
and showing up in that way. And I know we talked about it a little bit, but it's like, okay, do you just need me to listen? Do you want my advice? Do you want me to like give it to you straight? Like what do we need here? And to just have that be an option too is like if you have one or two people like that in your life, you are
Yeah,
blessed.
you're winning.
Yeah, you're blessed. So I don't know. Is there anything else you want to add about any of that stuff?
Well, no, and I just think like the whole 50-50, like you said, like it's super
Yeah.
rad to like have a friend that actually meets you halfway, right? Like my schedule is so effing busy with the kids and their sports. It's insane. So like I really don't have that moment of like silence or something that like I can go like do something or whatever. So again, like her being able to do that and like meet me somewhere or like randomly we'll go get like ice cream at Handles because that's like our jam.
Hell yeah.
And so like we'll do that and like we literally chat for hours in the car. So it's like I'll just tell my husband like I won't be back for a minute. Because when we get together, it's like jams are on in the car, we're eating our ice cream, we're like
Mhm.
talking shit, catching up. Like
Yeah.
that's just a freaking vibe. And like if you don't have a friend like that, I apologize. Like you really got to go out and find one because
Yeah.
everyone needs at least one of those.
At
Seriously.
least one. At
Yeah, at
least one.
least.
Again, back to the one thing. Like if you're putting yourself out there, just know, like, when you do find that one, it's like, I'm like in dating and stuff too, right? It's like, okay, when you find the one, it's like you got to go through all these other things, got to do uncomfortable
Right.
things, you got to talk to some losers, you got to like waste a little bit of your time, unfortunately. But it's
Right.
like, okay, I found one,
Right.
and that hard work is all worth it because now I have this one ride or die who I know I can do this stuff with, and it doesn't even have to be these big things. It's literally ice cream in my car for 3 hours,
I know.
and I'm good. I'm like refueled. I'm refreshed. I'm
No,
feeling good. Like, it's like you gotta just push through the uncomfy to then see what could be on the other side, and through the uncomfy is like where you grow so much and like
I
learn, and you
know.
learn about yourself, and you're like, okay, wait, actually I don't like that in a friend, or like I thought I was vibing but now things are it's like, and look, friendships, not friendships, whatever, as you go through life, like, you're gonna have jobs, you're gonna run into people, like, lives are gonna cross if you get married, and then their friends and their it's like you're always interacting with people. So these skills
Right.
that you're learning, like, as you go through these things, are not just for making a friend, they're like for the rest of your life,
I know,
things you're gonna
seriously.
realize about yourself and your interactions with others. And so, like, it's weird, it's uncomfortable, it's stressful, but again, I think the big takeaways from this episode are just like, remember, like, baby steps. If you're a very, very anxious person and it scares the shit out of you, I understand that, and it's like valid if it really
Yeah,
is to that
seriously.
degree. So baby steps, chip away at things. Second thing is like understanding, like, people are weird and like you might not actually accomplish or have an outcome to these things that you're doing, but the process in and of itself is the reward and the growth and the reflection. And then just when you do have that one friend and you find that one that's ride or die, and like, just understanding you're gonna have to, I guess, compromise in a way of how you would hang out with them, or
Right.
show up for them in the way that they need it. And so I don't know, that's kind of all I have to say about all that.
Well, no, and I was gonna say, like, let's go follow us on our social media page, okay? Instagram for sure. Go on there and please put like maybe some social groups you've been to that like you've hit it off and like other people can go check out. Like, let us know how or maybe what baby steps you're taking. You know what I mean? Like, let's give everybody just like the same good energy. Like, maybe someone can vibe off what you did and try that, and maybe it works for them. You know what I mean? Like, let's
100%.
chip into that. Like, I think that'd be super rad.
I
And
love
then
that.
like going, yeah, and then like I'm so excited to dig like into our next episode because that's gonna be about like outgrowing people.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, we like
I'm
that.
excited about that one.
Yeah.
And the Instagram is pointblank.nl.
Yes,
So
check
go
it
ahead
out.
and check that out. We're really just trying to, like, honestly just like vibe it out over there and just like chill. I don't know. It's not gonna be like super aesthetic or whatever. We just like, we don't have our shit together, so I feel like our Instagram doesn't either at this point. So it's just for us to kind of hang out with everybody and build connections and throw ideas and all that stuff. So
Yeah,
we
for
will
sure.
catch you over there on the gram, and then we'll catch you in the next episode, y'all. Bye, guys.
Bye.